Triple E Elvis 777 clocking in, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Here for the people, even if the people don't need me. I'm a little behind right here. We're gonna get it popping, son. Don't you worry, we're gonna get it lit up. We're gonna do our thing. It's kind of gloomy outside today. It's okay, because we got a gloomy topic. So, we're gonna do this together. We're gonna talk about work. We're on our days off. Why are we talking about work, right? Nobody likes to talk about work on their day off. So, specifically, well, one, I want to ask the people in the comments, have you guys been working? Also, how long have you been working? And also, if you're not engaged in any illegal activity, kudos to you for working, okay? Because it goes unnoticed, but we got to start patting people on the back that go to work for a living. Okay, what is it called? The backbone of the country, the working class. We got to start shouting out the working class. Everybody acts like the working class is losers, suckers. Guess what? We're not. I worked my whole life, okay? Never sold any drugs, never pimped a woman, never, I mean, I thought about hurting people, but never hurt anybody. You know, did it the right way. So shout out to all the ones doing it the right way, feeding your family, taking care of your kids. You know, shout out to the ones that are trying to become something the right way. Not to say that if you've done it the wrong way that you're just evil, but, you know, kudos to the people that actually did it the right way their whole life. But I don't really support, you know, any illegal activities, so do with that what you must. Shout out to the working man, that's all I gotta say. And keep grinding, baby. Be a baller. You can be a baller without being a criminal. Okay, so we're gonna talk about work. This is for the working class. So all the felons. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I know a lot of felons actually. And you know what? Now that they're out of the system, I know a guy that moved all the way to the top. He was working construction, and then actually I'm a shout out Tip. All right, shout out Tip, not the rapper. Bo Jigs. Shout out Bo Jigs. So pretty much he got out of prison, served like 10 years, probably 8 years. It was just cocaine distribution, nothing too crazy. Started working at a construction company in the day, Applebee's at night, grinding, son, grinding. Because there's one thing in prison that you would know is that you gotta wake up early and grind anyway for free, pretty much. He was on the cutting grass crew, you know, digging ditches, stuff like that. So they got you up early just to go work for free. So when you got that mindset, hey, why am I working every day for free to get some time off? I could just work when I get out and get some real money, harder, you know what I mean? So working construction in the day, which is not easy work, going from construction in the day to Applebee's at night, which is smart because you work at construction all day. When you work at Applebee's, you get a free meal. So that's really smart. Probably get out 9, 10 o'clock, do it again. He ended up making his way to the top of the construction company. So shout out Bo Jigs, alright? He knows who he is. I don't know if he'll ever watch this, but if he does, shout out him, man. He's a good dude. There's a lot of people, I could name a few. There's a guy named Volt, VI. We got Chop. A lot of those guys, man, I'm sure they turned their life around. Good dudes. They were on the working crew just so they could get out early. And then either hustle or feed the family, do whatever they gotta do, but they did it. A lot of them turned their life around and did it the right way. But even those people, you know what? I'm not even mad at them. Your job is to do the crime, their job is to catch you, so whatever. I'm not really worried about that. I will say this, everybody has a job, right? So we go to work. Let's talk about people that go out of their way to make themselves look good, all right? Who don't really perform, but they're all about throwing you under the bus, always micromanaging you and telling on you and ratting on you when you're doing your job the right way, just so they can get a promotion, get a raise. There's something so evil about that. They're like scumbags. They're kind of like It's like they're hiding who they truly are in front of the people that matter, and then they turn around and then tell on you, and then try to get you in trouble. I don't know how to describe it, but they're like weasels, man. They're like weasels. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Has somebody ever like double-crossed you, was like friendly to your face, real nice to you, and then turned around and pretty much you found out that they were telling the boss that you weren't performing up to par, or anything like that? It comes to like, even if it has nothing to do with you, like say another company came through and then they start reporting things on you when they know it's not true, just to get you in trouble. Just because they don't like you, but to your face they like you. I'll put it this way, imagine going to lunch with somebody, alright? You bought them lunch a few times, you paid for lunch a few times, hung out with them a lot, about 2 years straight, and you turn around and you find out that they've been telling on you, right? And really, you thought that everything was all good. You thought the job was done, there's no problem with the actual job, all the work's done. And the only problem that you're getting is from other people's he said, she said, right? We all know that one rat weasel, right? I'm not trying to make anything personal, because I got a few different jobs. I don't depend on one job, and that's a beautiful thing. And I'm also expanding, you know. But I'm just asking, anybody have that experience out there where, you know, there's somebody that's always trying to look good in front of somebody else for their benefit and your demise? That's a good way to put it right there. Let's talk about how those people are scumbags. They're scumbags, right? Like, I know nobody wants to judge. Oh, you can't say that, you can't say this. We make judgments every day. Good judgments and bad judgments. If somebody says something nice to us, you're like, oh, that's good, thanks. But it's all of a sudden when somebody does something bad to us, we can't say something. No, I think you should be able to say something, especially when they're not doing anything right, especially when they're not performing as high as you are. And then they're just going behind their back to telling you to make themselves look good. Because there's a lot of people out there that work, mind their business, and go home. I'm one of those people. I don't really care what you got going on. I don't work for your department. I don't look at you, whatever. I do my thing. I do my job. I work and I go home. Those people right there that do that usually never get noticed, right? They want you to be the outspoken go-getter in their face and all of this. That's fine. Some people like to do that, you know? It's cool. It just depends on your relationship. But you shouldn't want to do that to somebody else's downfall. That's where I think it's messed up. Like getting in the boss's face and then showing them you're a performer is okay too. I mean, I'm not one of those people. I don't gotta, like, you know, do that. And I'm not hating on you for doing that. But when you start bringing other people down is where I see the problem. Especially because you gotta think, none of these people are criminals. They're just there to do their job and go home, feed their family, go home. There shouldn't be all this problem at work ever. And I know somebody relates to me watching this video. Somebody's gonna relate to this. There's always that. It's either one person or a group of people that are always trying to make a problem when there's really no problem. If you really think about the job at hand and the task at hand and what you're doing, and if everything's going smoothly and you're doing it right, and you know, performance is being a match, it's been held up to the standard that it needs to be. So I'll give you an example. Say 10 apples need to go out a week, all right, on the tree, and your job's to prepare the 10 apples. You got the apples prepared. Job's doing fine. Little Timmy says, hey, he didn't prepare 10 apples this week. He's only prepared 8. Which is a lie, but nobody knows it. They're just going off of his word. In your mind, there's no problem. You've got the 10 apples, right? You've got them all ready. They're ready to go. Customers are going to be happy. You might even caramel. You might have went above and beyond and put them in the caramel. You know what I mean? You know, caramelize them. You know what I mean? You might have thought, oh, everything's going smooth. But behind your back, little Timmy's over here telling on you. Little Timmy's a rat weasel, okay? We can safely say that. We can make that wonderful judgment, can't we? So I just want to know if, I want to actually know some scenarios of people that's had to deal with that. Or even if you had a crazy boss who like does things that doesn't make sense and you're like, you're just making my job harder, you know? Have you ever had that? Where you're working and then everything's going smooth, everything's going right, and then the boss comes around and says, oh, instead of using a machine, I want you to load that by hand today. Like, what? Machine's gonna get us, we're gonna have to be able to do 8 of them, right? But when you use your hand, you're only gonna be able to do 10 of them. Scenarios like that. It's like, I'll give you an example of that. Okay, you can use a lawnmower today, right? Lawnmower will work perfectly fine. Boss comes around and says, no, I don't want you to use the lawnmower today. I want you to use some scissors. Go out there in the yard, cut it with some scissors. How much sense does that make, right? We know there's some dumb people in work and that these scenarios happen. I'm talking to you like we know this. I know me and you know this. If you're watching this, we know this, right? But it's just crazy to me, man. I kind of want to hear some of y'all's horror stories at work. Not really like people getting hurt or anything like that, but I want to know like the crazy dumb stuff that bosses make you do, the shady people that go behind your back when you're really just trying to feed your family, live, you know. Maybe, you know, work for yourself, gain your own, get your pockets up, get yourself out of a hole. You know, everybody's got this hustler mindset now, even the women. Like, I just thought 2 is better than 1. What happened to that? What happened to dual income, baby? Why are you trying to hustle and focus on yourself? Let's do this together. Let's go build this castle together. Independency, I don't want to hear that. Independent means you don't need nobody. How are we going to build a relationship if you don't need nobody? That's crazy. What's up with that? Truth is, we all need somebody. That's the truth. At the end of the day, we need somebody. And that goes deeper than just humans. But either way, Triple Elvis, 777 clocking in, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to know how y'all felt about this. And I'm here for the people, even if the people don't need me, baby.